Hello everyone, let me introduce myself first. My name is Evitri, student episode number 12, State Polytechnic of Malang. Now, at this time, I would like to present the answering 7 questions about this case study, which is about Tylenol Murders. So before I jump into the answering questions, let me to explain briefly about this case study. So, in 1980, Tylenol was a really popular medicine made by a big company which called Johnson & Johnson. But then something happened in 1982. Several people died after consuming a Tylenol capsule contaminated with cyanide. Then Johnson & Johnson didn't waste any time. They immediately recalled all the Tylenol products from stores of nationwide to ensure consumer safety. They also introduced a new packaging that was harder to tamper with, so similar incident wouldn't happen again. But in 1986, something similar happened again. More people got sick from Tylenol, but Johnson & Johnson ate very fast once more. They took the immediate of the shelf right away and made even more changes to keep it safe. So let's move to answering 7 questions. Okay, so the first question is, what may have been the consequences of if Johnson & Johnson had decided to touch out the first report of a Tylenol-related death and not recall the product? So, if Johnson & Johnson chose to ignore initial report of a Tylenol-related death and not recall the product, the consequences will be serious. The company will likely face a lot of outrage from the public, especially since the date appear to be directly related to the use of their product. And then this can cause people to lose trust in their brand, which will be bad for their reputations in the long run. Next question: what are public relations options did Johnson & Johnson have in responding to the first round of Tylenol murders? So, other public relations options Johnson & Johnson had in responding to the first round of Tylenol murders, including the first issuing a public apology and offering compensations to the families of the victims by showing empathy and taking responsibility for the tragedy, and then immediately recalling the product and conducting a thorough investigations to find the source of the poisoning by demonstrating a commitment to consumer safety and transparency, and then implementing stricter quality control measures to prevent future incidents, with ensuring consumers that steps are being taken to prevent similar tragedies from happening again. And then the last one is launching a public awareness campaign to educate consumers about the safety of their product, which aiming to rebuild trust and confidence in the brand by highlighting safety measures and addressing concerns. Do you think the company made wise decisions by reintroducing extra strain Tylenol? Yes, I think by this case study, the company should reintroducing their product, because it actually was a smart move by Johnson & Johnson, which shows that the company was serious about keeping customers safe and was willing to take steps to avoid a similar incident in the future. And then, however, it was also a calculated risk, as the product had been associated with a series of positioning, but Johnson & Johnson believed that the safety measures they put in place would prevent any more harm. Next question: in light of the response of other companies not to move presumptuously when faced with a crisis, do you think Johnson & Johnson should have acted too quickly to remove the Tylenol product when the second round of Tylenol murders occurred in 1986? I think yes. So in 1986, when the second round of Tylenol murders occurred, Johnson & Johnson acted swiftly. which is from their experience during the initial crisis in 1982. They know from the previous incident that taking quick actions was crucial to ensure the safety of their customer and maintaining their reputations. And this time, the company was able to detect and remove the tainted product before they reach consumer. Next questions. What specific lesions can be derived from the way in which Johnson and Johnson handled the public relations aspect of this practice? So, looking at how Johnson and Johnson handled the Tylenol crisis, derived from the way in which Johnson and Johnson handled the public relations aspect of this practice. So, looking at how Johnson and Johnson handled the Tylenol crisis, there are some important lessons to learn. The first one is being honest and open with the public during thought time is key. So Johnson and Johnson shows this when they talk openly about what was going on the Tylenol, and then having a plan ready to deal with crisis is crucial also. So Johnson and Johnson had a strategy in place to handle the situations, which helped them respond quickly and effectively, and then acting fast to protect consumer is vital. So Johnson and Johnson was through no time in removing the tainted Tylenol from the shelf, with stopped more people from getting hurt. And the last one is putting customer safety above everything else is essential, because Johnson and Johnson made it clear that they cared about their customer well-being, and that helped them rebuild trust after the crisis. Next questions. What was the media environment when the Tylenol crisis occurred? How might the result have differed if the crisis occurred today? So, back in when the Tylenol crisis occurred, things were a bit different in the media world compared today, as at this time, like a newspaper or TV were the bigger players when it comes to getting news out. But spreading information is really slower compared to now. And if the Tylenol crisis happened today, things might have gone down differently. With social media and internet all over the place, so the information about the Tylenol could have spread way faster, and more people would have been thinking about it online, right? Then this means the public would have been watching Johnson and Johnson even more closely, which could have affected how things are played out. How do these sections demonstrate Johnson and Johnson concern for a customer? How do you think Johnson and Johnson would use this website to communicate with the public if new health cares surfaced? So, looking at Johnson and Johnson website, they have got some helpful stuff for consumer, like care card, household, and FAQ sections. So the sections actually shows that they are care about their customer, because they give information on how to use their product safely, what to do if you have questions, and where to get help if you need it. And then if there were new health scares, Johnson and Johnson would probably use their website to keep everyone in the loop. They update the FAQ sections with the latest info and then informations, and then give more detail through house calls and over support through their care card. So it's a way for them to make sure people have to info they need to need and feel supported during the time. So so I think it's all for my answering questions. Thank you for watching. So wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.